So we're replacing this plate. It's bent. As you can see, it's bent quite a bit. It's a bracket that holds another front shaft drive on it. So we just cut it with our plasma cutter. We cut around the brackets here in the back and there. So we went around the front here and around the front there, and we did cut the sides. And now we're going to see if we can take it off. It's loose, just sticking a bit. I bet you if I get a adjustable on it, it will come right off. I got a really nice adjustable here, really big one. I just gotta get that down. I'll do everything with one hand right now. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Beautiful. So there we got the brackets. And we gotta clean that up. We gotta clean this up, and that plate is going to be replaced with that's 5/16. We're going to replace it with a 1/2 inch plate. So we're going to copy the whole hole pattern and put a new plate on the existing brackets. So there'll be an improvement. And then I'm going to modify this piece. Make sure it will adapt to the new bracket. It is too small, so I gotta cut this one off. I gotta set it a bit out, and then it adapt to the. But I will do that once that bracket is in place. So now perfectly cleaned up with the grinder. Everything looks nice. Paint is taken off it a bit, so I can put nice welds around it again. This is because this bracket would come up to the old plate, which was 5/16. Now we're gonna put a 1/2 inch plate in there, so I had to put an extra off, take a little bit extra off, 1/8 of an inch, at least 1/8 of an inch from this bracket. So, and this one, and then it should sit flush with the front of these brackets, because that's important. That's the distance of that plate, and that's where everything comes from. So we got a piece of 1/2 by 6 inch, 6 inch. That means I gotta still cut a little strip off. But we have the old plate here. Put that on top, and you see it's about the same. Yeah, that's good there. That's perfect. So all I have to do is copy these holes. They're still pretty good in the location where I want it. This one too, and that one. So once I copy this and this strip cut off, I can weld this plate basically in location, and then it should be done. So I transferred the holes, at least I marked them, and then I put a center punch in there with this tool in the center of these hole markings. I did it there, 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 and there. So then I know I have the center of the marked hole. So now we start cutting that strip off to make this 5 inches, which is 6 inches now. So this is our center. Very simple, right? Just put a straight edge here, so I can feed this piece in the saw. This is a vertical bend saw, so it will go gravity feed in the saw. It only goes to this corner. And then I gotta move this piece with it. So that's why the straight edge here. And then I use a piece of wood with a C-clamp and clamps this back down So there is no chance this could be pivoting or anything. Because I like to get a maximum cut, so I put this piece a little bit over the anvil of the saw, so I get more of a travel. And I just like this going. So far, it's going pretty good. So there's the strip that's left over from the cutting. That's how we did it. So now we got these plates ready. I drilled the holes. Everything is matching. So that is the new plate. That's the old plate. You can see if I put the plate on top. I don't know if you get to see it, but holes are perfectly matching. So that's gonna work perfect. So this is what we're going to weld on. Look at the welder here. So I got the plate in place. Tacked her in place perfectly. Here in the top, there, and the bottom, I tacked it. Now I'm going to grind this out, the whole side. And I'm going to grind that side out, the whole side. So we can lay a beautiful weld in there and then chamfer that round with the corner. That's how it was before. And then I'm going to put a weld in the inside the same way. And then we have our two brackets. And we're going to weld them to the plate. And that's going to be good too. So everything sits fine. Now just finish welding it. Now the bracket is finished welded. Corners are all rounded. Top too, top is smooth. Here too, got the weld in the outside so nicely. Inside too. The brackets are welded. So this plate is ready. Now we can just match the other part to this. So that's next. Pretty dark now, but I managed to do it in a different way. I chamfered this edge because I noticed that was cheaper, well, was easier and therefore cheaper to do it this way than to cut this piece off and then move it, because it is just a wedge. So I figure if I put a 45 on that edge, it would do it. Now let's see if I can set this up so you can see how we put it together. There, it sits completely tight. So I finished the job basically. I'll call the customer tomorrow and that it is done. So it fits really good. This is what we were worried about, but it sits really good actually. And then it sits with a locking mechanism on the bottom, and the plate sits perfectly behind here. There is hardly any play there, so this bracket guides pretty good there. So everything fits perfect. So yeah, that's it. We're done.